So you want to know how to take care of yourself mentally and emotionally as a man. Well, here are the top tips that are usually shared in these videos. You're going to want to stop watching porn, no more of that wanking. You're going to want to eat a purely carnivorous diet. You will need to work out 8 days out of the 7. You must absolutely read Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life every day for the rest of your life. And any time you have even a single day off of work, you need to be spending it in nature, either building your log cabin with your bare hands or prepping your doomsday bunker for the inevitable collapse of society and zombie apocalypse. Okay, so obviously I'm joking about most of that, but realistically that is the kind of structure that a lot of videos take for men's mental and emotional health. It's, oh, you know, you need to hit the gym, you need to start pumping the iron, you need to find the heaviest thing possible and carry it for the longest distance of time. Make your bed in the morning. Like all these things, yes, of course they have their place in general mental and emotional well-being, but so much of the conversation around men's mental and emotional health kind of comes back to you have to be strong as a man. You have to be strong and you have to be tough and you have to be stoic and you have to be an alpha male. And again, there is a place for all of this in the male discourse, but it really isn't the end all and be all of men's confidence and men's mental health and emotional health in terms of a strategy. So in this video, I wanted to share some advice that maybe sometimes isn't given to men, especially not in the popular talks about men and masculinity and their mental and emotional well-being. Because if you do want to be confident as a man, if you do want to, generally speaking, have a pretty good life, then you have to be able to take care of yourself mentally and emotionally. At this time in history, men are, I think, the most unhappy that they've ever been. Rates of depression and suicide among men are up, and that's not a good thing. And part of that is because there are a lot of societal pressures for men to bury their emotions and to not really express themselves in healthy ways. And a lot of the times it is seen as weakness for a guy to even have any kind of mental health issues. And I would like to point out that a big chunk of that societal pressure, perhaps even the majority of it, comes from other guys. But I'm not here to put any blame on one group or another. This is all about arming you with the right tools and techniques that you can take care of your mental and emotional health. So let's really jump into what this would look like. Now, obviously in almost every single one of my videos, I recommend this because I just really believe in it as a tool for self-care and mental health and self-improvement on the whole, and that is speaking to a mental health professional, a counselor, a therapist, a psychiatrist, someone like that. It is something that had such an incredible impact on my life when I was younger, when I was in my very early 20s, I'm in my mid-20s now, that I genuinely don't think that I would be the person that I am today. I'm not even sure if I would still be alive if I hadn't gone and spoken to a counselor about what was really going on in my life. It's why I'm starting to train to become a counselor as well as a coach now. And again, there is this stereotype that therapy and counseling is not for men. And I would highly encourage you to, whatever stereotype there is that might be stopping you from going and trying to find the help that you believe that you need, just ignore that stereotype altogether. Yes, it is difficult to go against the pressures of society sometimes, but it is so worth it when you move past that, because then you're doing it for you. And that's the most important thing when it comes to your mental and emotional health. Do it for you. Don't do it for anyone else. This is right now about you. The next thing is to work on understanding and addressing your emotions. Again, as men, we are taught over time that we need to kind of push our emotions down and ignore them and not really address them, and especially not express them, because God forbid that you're a man and you cry. Being able to take the time to become mindfully aware of what you're feeling as a man is by no means weak at all. It's only through understanding our emotions and really getting to know them and taking time to be present with how they make us feel that we can gain any kind of control over those emotions at all. Because what happens, as I've said many times in other videos, when you just push your emotions down and ignore them and bottle them up, is that eventually they are going to blaze out of control. I did this for many years with anger, and then every now and then, even though I tightly bottled it down, I would have a massive outburst of anger, or it would manifest in other ways. For me, it manifested in some self-harm and self-destructive tendencies for quite a long time, all because I wasn't addressing the emotions and feelings that I had. Will it feel uncomfortable and vulnerable at first? Yes. Will it be worth it? Yes, so worth it. Don't let people tell you that it's not tough to express yourself emotionally, because it takes more strength than a lot of things do. Another thing is just to do stuff for you. Do things that you actually enjoy, not things that you do because, you know, it's what men are supposed to do. Let's take the example of working out. Working out is something that all men are encouraged to do, and yes, it's great to physically exercise. It's very good for you to physically exercise, in fact, just generally speaking. But there is this pressure on guys to be kind of super muscular and jacked. And I'm not saying that there's not different pressures for women. That's not the point that I'm making at all. This is just the point that I'm making now. There is this pressure to be in the gym 8 days out of 7 and be increasing your 1 rep max like every month or so, and you know that you're supposed to be working towards becoming like this Olympic level lifter, and that every guy should secretly want to be like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Like, it's fine to work out, it's great to work out, it's great to be healthy and fit in general, but if it's something that you don't enjoy doing, if you don't enjoy going to the gym for whatever reason, you don't enjoy working out, then you don't have to do it. There's other ways to stay fit and healthy. You can go and practice yoga. Like, that's actually pretty good at keeping you fit and healthy. You can just go walking more often. You can go hiking. You can go play a sport. Do things that you enjoy, even if they are not particularly manly things. Like, it's not particularly manly to go and do yoga. It's pretty darn fun though. I really enjoy it when I do it. You also want to start to question the stereotypes and the social expectations that are put on you as a guy. You need to really address with yourself whether or not these expectations are something that actually mean anything to you, and whether or not they actually make your life better. Again, going back to the stereotype that men are supposed to be really strong and fit and muscular. I generally became a lot happier and a lot more confident in my body once I realized that I didn't actually have to look like Chris Hemsworth. At the moment, I'm possibly in the worst shape of my life. It might not look it because I'm quite tall and kind of wide built, but at this point in my life, I'm about 240 pounds at 6 foot tall. Like, my BMI and body fat percentage is definitely not where it should be for the ideal stereotypical man. Genuinely, I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm more confident in my body than I've ever been. Far more confident than I was when I was at the gym working out like 4 days a week for like 2 hours a time, and when I was more muscular and ripped and had abs and stuff. Like, I'm far more happy now. I'm starting to enjoy working out again as well, because I don't have that expectation on myself that I have to never miss a workout and that I have to get big and jacked. So much happier now that I've gotten rid of that social expectation, because it's an unrealistic social expectation. Not all of us can get there. In fact, very few of us can. But since it is a value that a lot of guys tend to hold, that, you know, they want their body to look good, they want to be fit and healthy, my best recommendation for taking care of your mental and emotional health is to treat it in the same way that you would treat your physical health. Set aside time to sit with yourself emotionally and talk about how you're feeling, whether that's to yourself or to someone you know or to a counselor or a therapist. Maybe it's writing it down in a journal. Maybe it's writing it down in a shadow journal, just all the dark and angry and negative thoughts you have. I find that, again, very, very helpful for myself. And I've got a video coming out in a few weeks all about my experiences with shadow journaling and how it's so useful for my personal mental health. If you look after your mental and emotional health in the same way that you look after your physical health, with the same vigor, with the same intensity, then I can almost guarantee that you are going to struggle much less with any kind of mental and emotional problems. Just taking the time to be with your emotions, taking the time to do the things that are going to keep you in a good frame of mind. Whatever it is that works for you, stick with it, because it is so worth it. And that's all I've got to say on the subject of how to take care of yourself mentally and emotionally. I really hope you found the video useful. If you have done, make sure to leave a like on it. Make sure to leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below, and I will answer every single question and comment that comes along. And of course, if you are new to Freedom Through Confidence, make sure that you subscribe if you like this kind of content, if you want more content like this in the future. But otherwise, thank you very much for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey of confidence. Bye for now.